YouTube channel. And I wait just a couple of minutes to let it sync up over there. And then we will get into it. Is this anyone's first time? You can raise your reaction hand or put it over in chat. All right, we got everything going. Let's see. I didn't see. Zoom user, your first time here? You can go ahead. You should be able to unmute.
Yes. Hi, my name is Stacy.
Hi, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
You got that, Jacqueline? Renaming? Okay, thank you. All right, I'm ready. We're live. We're going. Hi, I'm Valorie Lewis in the city of Kansas City. We are reigning Super Bowl champions this fine Monday morning. 2 in a row, y'all, 2 in a row. And this is Throw Unicorns and Coffee event. Every Monday we come together, even after Super Bowl wins, every Monday we come together. And let me not lie, because if they ever say the parade is the next day and it's on a Monday, y'all better believe cancel. We come together most every Monday morning for guidance from the divine. And we use the fun tool of tarot and oracle cards. So I start with tarot cards and then I move on to various decks of oracle cards, which I try to mix it up so I'm not pulling from the same decks every week. But we just see where spirit leads us, no matter where you are on your path. And even though it is a group read, spirit finds its way to get its messages to you. I used to hear a spiritual teacher say, spirit gets its message in the cracks. That is so, so true. So even though I might be saying, hey, this card means this, better believe it probably hits a chord or resonates with at least 3 or 4 y'all, if not the entire group. So readings for the collective are just as effective. So I love doing readings for the collective. If you're watching this on YouTube, know that these readings are from spirit. So they do not know time or space. If you're hearing it on a recording and this is your first time hearing it, this message is for you in this moment. Along those lines, let's go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths and just set your personal intentions for what you would like to receive from today's reading. If you have a question, you need support, a thought, just general messages, whatever you want. And then after you have asked and put your questions out there, we're going to release them. And we're going to put ourselves back into the receiving mode, ready to listen, ready to allow, ready to receive, because we cannot ask and receive at the same time. So now that we are in receiving mode, let's get started. Asking Spirit Source, what do they need us to know this beautiful Monday morning? They said they were rooting for the Chiefs too. What? No, I'm kidding. Spirits don't take teams. I mean, they do, but they don't want me to tell y'all that they were rooting for the Chiefs. No, I'm kidding. That is interesting, though, if spirit guides take sides in sporting events. I don't think they take sides in sporting events. I think they take sides in joy. I'll put it that way. I think when they see whoever their guides over experiencing joy, they line up with that. So if it's joy over a football team, they're like, yeah, joy, it's joy. We don't care who you're rooting for, as long as you are having fun. All right, the deck I am pulling from tarot cards this morning. I don't think I have the box available because I've been carrying it in my little thing, but it is the Game of Thrones tarot. I do have the tiny guidebook. I just don't have the illustration for the cover. I usually show cover illustrations. Anyway, Game of Thrones tarot. And first up, we have 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Let me do this. 10 of Cups from the Game of Thrones deck. 10 of Cups is generally represented by a big rainbow and a happy family underneath the rainbow with all 10 cups full. 10 represents completion. I do believe I recognize this theme from the Game of Thrones. It's been a minute since I caught up with that. But this looks like where they go down into the catacombs is what I'm going to call them. I'm not sure that's what the right name, but when they go down to where their ancestors are buried and they light candles for their ancestors. And there is kind of a rainbow still, even in this depiction. So I like this, even though the lives of the ancestors have completed, they're still being honored. They're still being recognized as part of the cycle, completion, family. I'm looking it up in my little guidebook here to see what they say about the 10 of Cups. Make sure I'm on the right track with the scene. Oh, this print is tiny and I don't have my glasses. 10 candles burn in the cozy bed chamber. Oh, no, it's not. The bed chamber of Eddard and Karen Stark at Winterfell. Each cup represents a member of their family. Oh, it is. It is the candles they lit for their ancestors, or each cup. So I didn't really notice that. The candle holders are the cups. In any case, 10 of Cups is completion. It is that happy, joyful completion, though. That feeling like everything has been taken care of. All 10 of these cups are full. I've done my job. I feel fulfilled. That's another word. I feel fulfilled. I feel content. It's that feeling of just a job well done, a job well done. So either you are, no, I was going to say either you're going towards this soon. No, I feel like this is at the first card at the beginning of our reading for a reason. It's saying everyone has something that is in this stage in their life. And everyone needs to take a bit of time to celebrate the completion or the closing of that chapter, that moment, that thing, that accomplishment. Celebrate it, enjoy it, but then make sure after the celebration, after the acknowledgement, that you let it be done. That's also the message I'm getting. Let it be done. After the 10, isn't this interesting? We go right into an Ace of Cups. Now that makes a lot of sense in the tarot. This is the ending. This is a beginning. The beginning cannot come until we let that ending happen. So again, if there's something that is closed up after you've acknowledged it and celebrated, you've got to let it go. Otherwise, you're not making room for this Ace of Cups. And because they're both in the, holy moly, because they're both in the suit of cups, that means they're both probably very much related to the same thing, to the same theme, to the same topic, to the same situation that you might have been questioning. Cups deal with our intuition. Cups deal with our emotions. Cups also can deal with like our psychic energies, powers. As I feel into this, for most of us, some of this it's dealing with our intuition, maybe an ending to not trusting our intuition and a new phase of your life where you do trust your intuition, signified by the Ace of Cups for some of you. But for the majority, what I'm feeling is this is the end, the completion, the wrapping up of something that was emotionally charged for you. It doesn't have to be something big, but it could be something good, big. It could be that you're dealing with grief, and this is kind of the end of that processing cycle. Not the end of grief. I don't feel grief ever goes anywhere, but maybe the end of that processing cycle. Or maybe it was something little. Maybe it was an emotionally charged argument with a child or a spouse just yesterday during the football game. Football games can do that. Maybe it was an emotionally charged argument, and it's just like you need to let it go. You need to let it be done so that you can usher in this new sense of fresh emotions, fresh beginnings, fresh ways of dealing with or reacting to emotions could also be indicated by that. So an ending and a beginning, back by back, back to back, side by side. We need to let something go in order to let something else in. All right. All right. The reason why I got, oh, you know what? I thought these were all cups. I thought we had all cups this morning. We don't. We have 3 cups and 2 coins. And the next up right in the middle, it's page of coins. So not only are we having this ace of cups, we also have a page, and the page also signifies new beginnings, fresh starts. New beginnings, fresh starts on our what do I want to call it? Trek for master, because pages, knights, queens, kings are the court cards representing that. I don't know, I would call it a quest for mastery. And so this is the beginning of this. Pages also represent messengers of the tarot. Coins are related to earth, and that earth energy is about our physically manifested world, what is grounded here in the physical. We have a page of cups. So maybe you're going to be getting a message about something that's on its way to you, or maybe you are literally receiving open hands, like pictured right here, open hands, receiving something new that is coming into your life. It all feels like something you've been asking for a while though. So look for that. Look for the opportunity. Okay, first of all, Spirit was like, yeah, it is something y'all been asking for a while that's about to start manifesting. But then they said, look at the he's receiving is a small coin purse, not a chest full of all of the riches or a boat full of all of the riches. And he is royalty. He is one of the members of royalty, and still he's receiving a small coin purse, and it is a page. So it's the beginning of what you've been asking for. It's the first stage. Maybe this money is going to help him buy supplies or do whatever he needs to do to get to the next stage of what he's been asking for. So don't poo-poo on it if you're starting to get baby steps and little crumbs and you're like, well, this is not what I asked for. I asked for that over there. Congratulate yourself that you were able to attract what you need to get to the next step, even if it seems like it's something a lot less than what you asked for. And then back to cups, 9 of cups. I loved his character in the book. 9 is almost there. So we had the 10 earlier, and this one is the almost there. What does Spirit want us to know? I don't think it's about the sequential message. It's more about this quest for knowledge. Look at all of the books. I remember from the movie how much this character just wanted to study at this famous library. Like that's what he wanted. He didn't want to be a warrior. He wanted to go study at this famous library, and he finally got a chance to do that. But his job is not over just because he's arrived at this library that's been his lifelong dream. That's why it's a 9. It's not a completion. It's not a 10, because now that he's there, he still has to work on that dream. He still has to open the books, read the books. He said he wanted to study at the library. So much of his life had to be accomplished to put him in a position so that he can even get to the library. Yes, take time, celebrate that, but realize your work is not quite over. You still have to do once you get there. So the 9 of Cups is that you're almost there. Keep going. 9 of Cups. Let me see if there's anything else we need to know about this one. Oh, 9 of Cups is also, I should have known this one. I don't, when I switch imagery in different decks, sometimes I forget the meaning, but that's a good thing because that means I get to give a whole nother meaning on cards that I thought I was familiar with. The 9 of Cups is also the wishes fulfilled card. And that's how that's usually the first thing out of my mouth, wishes fulfilled. So whatever I said that wasn't the first thing out of my mouth, that's Spirit trying to get a different message to this group today. So, but the 9 of Cups is also, you've done all of the work and you're very much starting to reap the riches of your rewards. Yeah, it was a long night last night. And understand that there's still more work to do to get to that completed state. And then we have the Ace of Coins. So that's two aces. We've only stayed in the two suits, cups and coins. Ace of Coin. The Ace again is fresh, new starts, new beginnings. Coins again is related to our earthly manifestations. And we have two cards signifying, starts or beginnings. The page, it also represents starts, optimism from the page, starts and optimism. The Ace also represents fresh starts, new beginnings. Spirit, what do you want us to know about two of these in the same suit? Spirit is saying, some of y'all weren't listening the first time. It's just for emphasis. Spirit is just wanting to emphasize the fresh start, the new beginning, also emphasizing that we might be in various cycles with a lot of different things in our life, because I also asked about the 10 coming first and then the 9 coming later, and the aces and the page kind of thrown in there. I was like, I asked about the order, and Spirit was like, this order is, it's yes, bringing attention to these different stages, but saying this isn't necessarily all about the same thing. So we might have something that's emotionally charged that's coming to an end, whereas we have something that is related to our manifestations that's about to start. You know, we might have different things in our life, different categories, in different set points in different parts of the cycle. So it's a reminder to just keep going. It's all cyclical. The only thing else I'm going to say about this coin, and I hope I'm getting this storyline right, but even if I'm not, it's the storyline I'm going to share because I feel like it has relevance. This coin is like a special coin, like a calling card. That's the word, a calling card. If you have this coin and you turn it over to the right people, you're always saved, and no matter what. So it's like a calling card, even though it's a coin. And so that's a good reminder too. This Ace of Coins, whatever this new thing is that's been shown to us by the Ace of Cups, the Page of Coins, and the Ace of Coins, three cards that speak to new something. This is a big week for something new coming to some of us. And so this is a reminder that we don't have to do this alone. We always have that calling card with Spirit, calling in this manifestation, trying to get this manifestation set up so that it points towards where we want it to go to, or how to deal with letting go of manifestations, wherever we are, we always have that calling card of Spirit to help us with that stage, to help us process through that. All right. Just seeing if we have any questions or comments, anything going on over in the chat. I'm not seeing anything specifically. I'm just listening to Spirit too. I felt like there was something else they wanted me to say about that coin. I put the book down and then I picked it back up, and then I put it down and then I picked it back up again. So we're just going to go for it. Must be something Spirit wants me to say. Ace of Coins. The iron coin given to Arya Stark. Yeah, this is the one. Valor. Yeah, I cannot read how tiny this print is. Anyway, it ensures her safe passage. So that is the one. That's a calling card. They get you out of everything. But I don't think that's what Spirit wanted me to read. Let's see. This ace symbolizes money, success, or other achievement. You may receive money via a new work or receive a windfall of a gift that will sustain you in your future goals. Yes, please. Additional meanings include new property, founding a new enterprise, and a stable relationship. Overall, the card reveals financial security and contentment. The reverse meaning would be, this applies to somebody, or else Spirit wouldn't be telling me to read it. So listen up and see if this applies to you, even in a little way, because that means there's work to do. The reverse card can show a false start. You may not get the work or an investment that you expect, or you are not paid for work that you do. Additional meanings include materialism and financial mistakes, so it might be best to avoid making money decisions right now. Some of y'all know if that's you. I feel this is more about, if that is you, it's more about falling back into trust instead of focusing on whatever you feel the misstep was, because Spirit is not looking at it that way. All right, let's move on to, we're gonna move on to Oracle cards. We had a new moon over the weekend, Friday. I have not been keeping up on my moon phases. I've been very busy this month. I don't know which sign we moved into. Yes, Rue, you'll be able to watch it on YouTube. And glad you're here. Hi. Okay, anybody know what the new moon was? The moon changes sign. Yeah, but which one was it? What is the moon in now? I don't remember what sign it was in. New moon in what? Anyway, we are pulling from the Moonology Manifestation deck. So I will say that these, when I pull cards from these, it's about the message, not about the moon phase. You don't have to wait for the moon phase that the card is about in order to step into these energies. It's just like any other oracle deck, what energies is Spirit trying to make us aware of in the moment. And the first card I pulled, I thought I had only pulled one, but I have two here kind of stuck together. The first one was first quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. I think that was just our message from the other one, trusting the universe. And wow, new moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. Trust again. A lot of trust. A lot of trust. Spirit is showing me a roller coaster ride. A roller coaster ride you've never been on. That you just have to trust that your friends who told you to go on it have your best interest at heart. So there's trust there. And they're showing these deep drop-offs as you're going down the thing, and how you're scared, but you trust that the seatbelt is going to work and that the thing is not going to run off the rails and that you're going to be okay. And so it's the trust and the free fall too, trusting that you're going to be okay and it's all going to come back together once you get to the bottom. But then so Spirit showing all of this trust is involved, but then Spirit is like showing me big picture, this roller coaster ride, saying, but you got to remember why you got on the ride in the first place. You knew it was going to be fun. So that's kind of like the trust that Spirit is reminding us of in this moment, is you're walking this path for a purpose. You thought it was going to be fun. You have goals in your life, and just because you haven't hit them yet, sometimes we get stuck in the muck of the step, and we forget the end goal. We forget why we got on the roller coaster in the first place. We're worried about every twist and turn, and we forgot we got on this in the first place because I wanted to feel excited, or because I knew it was going to be fun. So if we can get back to that, that will help us. And again, the trust messages to trust. So now I'm going to get to the actual card. Let's see, we have new moon in Virgo is second. So first I'm going to read first quarter moon in Aquarius. Aquarius. Come on, Aquarius. First quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. It's time to release your grip on a situation. That might be that 10 of Cups, letting go. Passion, excuse me. Passion is good, but too much can become manic. Sometimes we feel too much intensity around our dreams because we're scared they won't come true. Ooh, sometimes there is too much intensity around our dreams because we're scared they won't come true. But that's counterproductive. Live and let live a little. State your intention to the universe, then detach. Trust the universe and see what happens. The tighter your grip now, the more likely you are to lose out. This is doubly true if you've been jealous or had issues to do, or if this had issues to do with sex or money. Avoid trying too hard to influence someone else. Interesting. When this card comes up, there's a risk that you're being too rigid in your thinking, words, or actions. Loosen up and you'll find it easier to overcome the challenges you're facing. That was first quarter moon in Aquarius. Trust the universe. Trust the universe. And then the second one was new moon in Virgo. Trust all will be well. I feel like some of us need to work on all of these areas of trust, and some of these are specific to you. You know it's talking about you. New moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. Sometimes we want everything to happen yesterday, but divine timing is the real thing. Sometimes we need more pieces of a jigsaw to fall into place before we can get what we want. Slowing down now is the key for you to get what you want. So take your time and allow events to unfold. See what you can do for others as a really quick and easy way to both distract yourself and to boost your good karma while you wait for your dreams to manifest. There's a reason why you pulled this card, so make sure you pay attention. And let's see any other messages. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to a job or health situation. Trust all will be well. Trust being the first word, all being a very important word too, not some of it. Trust all will be well. I like saying that you can distract yourself by doing something nice for someone else. It benefits all involved. I'm being given the image again. Y'all know this is one of my favorite analogies. If you've been asking for a chocolate cake and Spirit has been giving you not the cake, but everything you need to make the cake, all of the ingredients, part by part, when you were ready for them, when you were open, when you were in a position to receive them, Spirit has been sending them overnight delivery to your front porch. And now you're at the place where a little more patience is being asked for. But you're also at the place where you're not sure that you believe that last ingredient is going to show up. It's taken you so long to get here. Sometimes the deliveries were late. Sometimes they get lost in transit. And you have everything except that one last ingredient, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know if it's ever going to show up. I've been waiting a while. Trust. Spirit is saying trust. Also, you might want to rush ahead. Well, I've got everything. I know I don't have that last ingredient, but I have everything else. Let me just rush ahead. I'm not going to wait on Spirit anymore because I've been waiting too long. I don't trust it's going to show up. I'm just going to make this chocolate cake with all the ingredients I have. And we're just going to see how it comes out. Well, the ingredient that was missing was sugar. So I don't know how your chocolate cake is going to taste, but I don't want a piece. So sometimes it's that patience of waiting until we have heard from Spirit, or waiting until we feel as if all of the pieces are in place before we rush ahead on our timing instead of divine timing or Spirit's timing. All right. What else do we need to do? Oh no, sending you some healing vibes. Somebody over in the chat said they were homesick and not feeling well. The new moon was in Aquarius. Oh, we are in Aquarius, and I guess I had missed track of that too. We are in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, the next deck I'm pulling from is Believe in Your Own Magic by Amanda Lovelace. I think I pulled from this deck last time, and I couldn't remember the name of her new deck. And then we got off the call, and I instantly remembered the name of her new deck. It's Cozy Witch, y'all. It's a tarot deck, Cozy Witch by Amanda Lovelace. Believe in Your Own Magic, and I pulled card number 35. And this is Shark. Swim away from this situation. That's another piece of advice about letting something in. But this is also about discernment. Shark, swim away from this situation. Let's see. what we need to know about this card. Think of this as, oh, interesting. Think of this card as the Lover's reverse from traditional tarot. Excuse me, sorry. You've been hanging around a bloodthirsty shark and they've hurt you before. This could refer to a lover or it could refer to another loved one, such as a friend or family member. To put it simply, you deserve better treatment and you're never going to find it with them. Leave now. Situations like this often grow so dire that you no longer feel safe swimming away. I hope you all are not in a situation where you no longer feel safe swimming away. Of course, Spirit had me read that for a reason. If you need to get help, please seek help. Please seek law enforcement if you feel like you are not safe. For everyone else who is not in a situation where they do feel like they still have free movement, free volition, the ability to choose, and they don't feel as if they are threatened in the moment, this is a time for you to be discerning about the people in your life. Is this person pouring into me as much as I'm pouring into them? Are they supporting me? Are they a shark where they're just around and they're not really serving any purpose for them, for myself, or for the greater good? It's a moment of discernment. What do you need to leave behind so that you can have more of what you want in your life? All right. What else do we need to know, Spirit? What other decks can we pull from? Dragon Path for sure. Angels and ancestors. Keepers of the light. I'm hearing keepers of the light right now. What does this group need to know? This group need to know. It's going to say about path forward, but nope. Just what do we need to know? From Dragon Path, card number 5, Peace. It's all purpley with another new moon in the background. Peace, number 5. This beautiful and gentle dragon encourages us to be kind to ourselves. We frequently push ourselves too hard in our lives, whether this is at work or at home. We forget who we truly are and can miss the beauty of life as we become self-absorbed. This dragon's energy guides us to an inner tranquility, helping us to feel and trust that everything is fine. There's that phrase again. Trust that everything is fine. Finally, we begin to see and understand the beauty and lessons in all things. Although incredibly powerful, this tranquil dragon brings the energy of complete bliss, like the early morning summer sun, giving us a sense of completeness we previously lacked. If she has come to you today, her message is this: allow me to pull together your scattered energies so that you can feel a sense of peace enter your soul. Every situation has a legacy, but alas, occasionally it can take a little time to appreciate or understand this fully. Let my presence help release any negative feelings, for you are truly a creator and are immensely powerful. By allowing peace to enter our lives, we enable our very beings to carry more light. We become beacons for others to follow. But in order to do this effectively, we must release our need for control. That's that other card that talked about letting go of the grip. If life has been dull or you have been feeling generally out of sorts, call upon peace to lift your blues. She will support you by showing you the beauty of life and helping you to celebrate your experiences here on earth. But remember, you can only do this if you relinquish your need for control. When you do so, you will feel lighter, brighter, and more connected to the universe. That's a beautiful message. I like that one. That's the Purple Dragon Peace. All right. Next up is Keepers of the Light, Kyle Gray. Okay. What do you need us to know? Whew. Excuse me. Keepers of the Light. Hilarion, divine healing. Hilarion, divine healing. Hilarion, I hope I'm saying that name right. In the small print, it says, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal, and your light can support others. Let's see. Hilarion is a spiritual master who lived in the Middle East during the 4th century. At the age of 15, he felt the call to go to the retreat of St. Anthony in the Egyptian desert. This was busy with people needing healing, so after a while, he went back home with some monks. During that time, his parents passed away, and it is said that Hilarion was so devoted to service that he gave all of the estate to his brothers and the poor. For the rest of his life, he lived as a hermit in a cave and was said to perform miracles with his prayers and touch. To this day, he is dedicated to healing, but he also helps spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. Oh, I really like this. I was just talking today with someone who had a partner, not today, this weekend, with someone who had a partner who struggles with that, being overly sensitive to spiritual things and perhaps being empathic. I'm saying perhaps because I know many of you in this I was gonna say auditorium. Where is my brain at today, y'all? Many of you in this room, also identify as being empathic and also sometimes struggle with that spiritual sensitivity. So that is probably why this particular ascended master is coming up in our reading. You can call on the energy of this divine being. You can research the energy of this divine being. Just researching and reading about it sometimes can put you on the same frequency as the being that you are trying to research. So that's always a good way to get familiar with the divine master's energy. Just research them. How are you feeling while you're researching them? That's probably how you would feel in their presence. Calling on this particular angel can help you if you are feeling sensitivity. It says, help spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. So, great message. Let's see if there's anything else on this. It's also about allowing this angel to come in to help us when we need to recharge. Let's see. You are surrounded by the healing light of Hilarion and the healing angels at this time so that you can recharge and feel whole. Perfect. What other decks do y'all want to hear from? Let's see. We have Oracle of the Unicorns. I don't know if I've pulled from that for a while. Let's see what the unicorns have to say. Thank you. The deck with the dragon was called Dragon Path. Dragon Path Oracle Cards by Carolyn Mitchell. All right. Getting these cards shuffled. What do our unicorn friends have to say? Oh, they said, go Chiefs. No, they said compassion. Compassion. More purple in the cards. In the small print, it says, be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. Woo. the light in yourself and others. And let me turn this card around. I like the heart of that unicorn. Looks like maybe, I don't know if that's a big flower behind it or wings. Anyway, compassion. Let's go to the book, the guidebook. What does this author want us to know? You are an old soul who has journeyed through many lifetimes and had many experiences. You learn more each time you incarnate, and in each life, you always do your best. It is easy to look around, compare yourself with others, and feel like you are not good enough or not as far ahead as you could be. Your life is not a race or a competition. It is a personal soul journey for you to take at your own pace and in your own way. So please be gentle with yourself. See yourself through the eyes of the divine as a perfect, worthy being, and know that you are loved unconditionally, no matter what you have ever said or done. Set yourself free from the prison of guilt, shame, and unworthiness you have locked yourself in by forgiving yourself. Be conscious of the critical voice in your head and replace its judgments with thoughts of love. This compassion will lift you into higher energies, lighter emotions, and a greater capacity to receive. The same is true for others in your life. Be willing to release all of the resentment you carry and know that you only poison yourself by holding on to blame. Look for the light in everyone and know that they are doing their best too. Let waves of divine compassion flow out from your heart to the world around you. Miracles happen when you live from this place of love and when you see the good in everyone and everything. That was a beautiful message. I really like that. I like how it started off by reminding us of how many times we've done this before, reminding us of the eternal nature of our soul, and that we keep choosing to reincarnate because every time we do our absolute best. And from the divine standpoint, they're like, oh yeah, look at them down there doing their absolute best. Because we are. We just don't give ourselves credit to that. Why? Because we compare ourselves to somebody else or some story of somebody else. If we were just in our own little bubble without ever tripping into that bucket of comparison, if we never compared ourselves to someone else, we would be so powerful. We would be untouchable because then we would really know our divinity. We would really know our own personal power because there would be no comparison. Fuck yeah, of course I'm a fucking miracle walking around in this earthly incarnation. Of course I'm doing the best I can. Regret, what's that? Guilt, why? You would just be doing the best because there's no comparison, but comparison is there. Comparison was given to us as a gift so that we could determine our preferences. It was never meant to be turned outward. Comparison in that I'm going to compare this juicy fruit to this juicy fruit, and I'm going to decide which one I like the most. It was never meant to be turned to comparing ourselves as a soul to another soul or another person's journey. It was meant to be a tool for us to determine preferences so that we could create and be magical manifestors. See how I wrap that back in? Sometimes my brain wraps around and makes sense. So that we could be magical manifestors in our life, so that we can create what we want, not meant to drag us down by comparing ourselves to others. What else? We still got a little bit of time here. I am so thirsty this morning. Wonder why, Valerie? You know, because I was so busy eating vegetables and doing yoga last night. And I didn't drink enough water during my yoga. That's why I'm thirsty. All right. This next one is Oracle of Visions. And I may have explained this deck. I do go to the book, usually just for the keywords. I don't, let me just say, I prefer to get my messages from the images. I'll say it that way. There's our image for today. Card number 22. That is a master number in numerology. So this individual is looking at one of those picture things, old time. It looks like one of those toys because it's not set up to be a movie. It's set up to kind of be like one of those viewfinders where it has fixed pictures that he just turns and then projects. So it kind of looks like one of those toys. Let's see. If I had to guess, I would say that those are memories that he's projecting onto that screen. I feel like he's projecting memories. Let's see what else I can see. Not really getting a message to come through, so let's go to the book. Reflections, looking back, hindsight. Those are the keywords. Successes, failures, mistakes, and regrets all belong in the past and cannot be changed. Some things should not be dwelt on, and we should move on. But both the good and bad have value and have contributed to what we are now and offer lessons to be learned for future decisions. The distance of time adds context and perspective to a nostalgic review of past events. I will say that's interesting as it talks about the distance of time and how it adds perspective. It also adds things that might not entirely be true. So you might want to check those memories of situations that you have held to be harmful or detrimental to your path that happened a long time ago. You might want to re-examine those memories and the stories you tell yourself to surrounding them and ask yourself, is this really true? And sit with your guides when you do that, because they will keep you on the path to truth. I've had to do that sometimes. And as I'm sitting there just ruminating about something in the past, getting ready to tell the same story that I always do, this happened and that's why I'm this way. Spirit will be like, is it though? Because that happened back when you were a kid. You're 50. What's that got to do with right now? I think you made some choices along the way. See, Spirit won't let me lie. So when you go back to re-examine those old beliefs, those old stories, maybe ask Spirit, is it still as truth? Is it still truthful? Or have I added some flavor to it over the years? And this is also, again, it started off by saying that failures, mistakes, regrets all belong in the past. It even says successes. And so that's the same idea of that other card that we pulled that was talking about being able to let those things and not focus on those, because from Spirit's perspective, the unicorn was saying from Spirit's perspective, nothing has gone wrong. There aren't mistakes. You are perfect. You are worthy of unconditional love. Some of us just need to let go of that feeling of unworthiness. Just wake up every day and ask Spirit to help you relieve it little by little. What else? What other cards? Oh, the universe has got your back. How about that? Dragon Path Oracle. We did pull from Dragon Path Oracle. This is, what did I just say? The universe? Yeah, my universe deck. The universe has got your back from Gabrielle Bernstein. Does not have a guidebook. It's just a set of cards. That's why I like them. You can also use them as affirmation cards. If you're having a bad day, you can sit with a deck of affirmation cards and just keep reading them one after another. Some of them will not resonate with you at all. You'll be like, well, that's not true. Depending on how bad of a mood you are in and where you are vibrationally, but just keep going through the whole deck, even if you have to go through it a couple of times until it lifts your mood, until you start feeling better, until maybe you smile at a couple of words. That's why I like affirmation decks. They can, if you allow it, be a great tool to help you shift your vibration. So this one, it's that card. It's that card. I don't know why it's that card, but it is. And it's a hummingbird. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Bringing energy and intention to your faith. Faith by itself is not all you need to get to your dreams. Energy and intention, bringing that to your faith so that you can be fearless and free. I really like that. I like the little hummingbird too. All right. Moving right along. I think I'll read one more card and then we'll dismiss a little bit early, just because I know there's an event immediately following this one over on the Awkwardly Zen website. And we'll wrap up so we can get over to that event. All right, this next deck is the Cosmic Journey Oracle, and I am asking Spirit, what do we need to know about our next step forward? What do we collectively and individually need to know about our next step forward? What guidance can you give us? That our card. Again, I want to remind you, if you generally join me on Wednesdays, if you're a member, you join me for coffee time. And if you're a member within the membership, coffee time. And if you are a meetup member, you join me for meditation. I want to remind you, both of those events will be canceled. I have not canceled them yet. For the membership, the Coffee Time with Goddess, for the membership, I will reach out to you with an alternate date for when we will do that, when we'll get together for that one. But for the meditation, that'll just be canceled. All right, because I'll be at the Chiefs Parade. Phoenix, the card I pulled is 25. Phoenix, I got excited because Phoenix is one of my spirit animals. Phoenix, the Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. I didn't even know the spirit. Another reader read that for me. And as soon as they said that, it resonated. I thought my spirit animal was a unicorn. And it is. I have more than one spirit animal. But I thought she was going to say that. And she was like, Phoenix. I was like, Phoenix? I've never heard that before, but it fits. So here we have Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. It is time to surrender your former smallness to the destiny of greatness. Are you ready to fully step forward into the total transformation of your business, your life, your legacy, knowing that you won't be the same again? It's a scary thought because our identities are so closely aligned to who we think we are with our existing business or previous accomplishments. All of that is just R&D for what lies ahead. It's not about starting over. It's about taking everything you've developed, built, researched, succeeded with, failed at, intuited, struggled through, and overcome. Every relationship you've nurtured, every network connection made, goodwill cultivated, reputation built, skills developed, it's all brought you right here and right now to this moment. And like a phoenix rising, your emergence into joyful abundance is inevitable. I love that. A statement you can ask yourself: in my own mythic story of rebirth, what comes next? And then a checkbox, which is an activity that you can do. Make a R&D, research and development. Make an R&D list of all your skills, lessons learned, failures, successes, key relationships, and discoveries. I think that's so that you can see that even if you aren't where you think you should be, you have done a lot in your life. And it's time to slow down and acknowledge all of that. I do like the question I posed to Spirit before I pulled this card. Is what do we need to know collectively about our next step forward, about our path forward? And Spirit says, in our own mythic story of rebirth, so in your own story, what comes next? Spirit threw the ball right back at us. Said, you decide. You get to decide what your next step is and what that brings you and how far or how close you are to the next step. You get to decide. You get to decide if you're still far, a long ways off from my dreams because this, or if you wake up every morning saying, is today the day I get to realize my dream? You get to decide your next step. So I love that. Love those messages. Thank you all for coming. I hope you take these messages whenever you might be hearing them and apply them to your life, sit, meditate with them, and use these messages, this insight from the divine, not from me, to help us manifest, be magical Monday manifestors, manifest the life that we truly want. All right. Have a great week, y'all. Go Chiefs.